Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 546th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my spectacular co-host. We've got the one and only Lord Jushiro, as some might say.
Some say over the rainbow. Good morning.
Good morning, Jushiro. And then, of course, we've also got the one and only, knowledgeable as always, R. Sigma.
Hey, I'm awake too.
We are all awake. Thankfully,
Just
we're all awake.
Barely.
Here at the PUCL Podcast, PUCL, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name that the Royal We came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon from the trading card game to the video game and everything in between. And I'm very excited for the show. Actually, one thing I saw this week, so I have actually been doing a lot more Pokemon stuff than I have been in like the past few months.
Uh-huh.
And so one of the things I saw, though, was, so I've just like not enjoyed the idea of the Pokemon Go TCG set until this week when they revealed that there's Ditto cards in them.
That looks so cool.
When like you like pull a Bidoof, but it's got the little Ditto symbol on the bottom, and you can just like peel it, and it's actually a Ditto. That's so cute.
That is cute. That is beyond cute.
That's really cute. Like that made me go, man, I want to open a pack until I get one of those so that I can just do it.
That is adorable.
It sounds like it'll probably be hard as always to go get those. Yeah. Especially with it being like the Pokemon Go set. Maybe they'll overprint it though, because they've done a lot better in recent sets.
They have.
Yeah.
Sometimes like their initial run gets bought out, but then their next run is like fine.
Yeah, it blows my mind that people still are trying to scalp it, but they've definitely upped the production.
Yeah.
I love what they've been doing with character rares because it's like decreased the price on so many cards.
I believe that.
To
Actually.
Being like a reasonable price.
I would believe that. I can see it. Yeah, I saw that. I also hit so I haven't been playing a lot of competitive recently. I did take over a team in Piddle, and I think I've won like the past 2 matches. I've done 3 of the 5 that were left in the season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so I've won 2 of the 3 that I got to play so far, which was kind of cool. Just futzing around. So I was like, oh, maybe I should like try to play Pokemon again and see if like the good old competitive chops still exist.
It's the collecting aspect of it that my wallet is just no longer ready for.
So I hit 1500 on the OU ladder recently.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, after not playing forever, like it felt really good to just like. The nice thing is like it's on an alt that nobody can follow me on.
It's your incognito one.
Yeah, it's my incognito, and I like being able to play on some alts that people can't recognize me on, because like sometimes I actually do run into PUCL people and they'll realize who I am.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, it's always one of those things. It's just like, here's the try hard moment, right? Like they would never play like this against anybody else on Showdown, but they're just like, here's Thatch. And so it also takes like the pressure off of me, because nobody's going to be like looking at my Showdown account to find out where my ranking is.
Yeah. And of course, I'm playing a lot of Unite myself.
Oh, Unite's good.
I don't have that problem that you have, right? Being recognized, but I hate it when I get teamed up with a YouTube a streamer.
Oh no!
Especially when they have this streamer tag. They don't even have to be famous. Just because they put something like Johnny Twitch or something.
Oh yeah, TV. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Or like a YT or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, people's like, oh, there's a streamer after him.
Yeah, we got to do really good.
Snap.
We got to make plays on him. Yeah, I totally understand that. I feel like anybody who puts that in their handle is just like very pretentious.
Inviting. Yeah, you're inviting chaos.
I mean, I've thought the same thing about people who end their names with the VGC in the Pokemon community too.
I feel the same way currently and always have.
Yeah, that is true. Yep.
Yeah, it puts you in a box very easily, and it's like you can't expand from there.
And you're putting yourself in that box. Which is the worst part. I don't know. I really dislike when people. I don't know. Like I said, it's pretentious. Like,
yeah.
you're just like, yeah, I'm really good at this. And I've noticed a lot of people with VGC at the end of their name aren't. There are some. I will say there are some.
Some are really good. Others are just people who play VGC.
There's like no middle, I found, though. There's like no middle. You're either like really good or you're really bad.
The people who have VGC or TCG at the end of their tags or whatever are the people who had a Charizard holograph back in the base set and wouldn't shut up about it.
That's so true, though. I opened so many packs as a kid, never opened a Charizard. It's very upsetting. Somebody ended up giving me one at some point, and I was pretty happy about it.
There was this kid who had a Charizard, had a Zapdos, but his mom made him initial the cards in the back.
Oh, no.
Right. So he was so happy that he had those, but everyone's like, but dude, you wrote on them with Sharpie in the back on the card, your initials.
Oh, no.
It's like, this card is worthless.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. Yeah, I mean, I had one, but I never wrote on it. I played with it before I knew what sleeves were. And so, like, it's definitely not in great condition. But it's not in terrible condition either.
Okay.
It's probably like a solid 5, you know? PSA.
I don't remember if I had any starters, but I think I might have had a Zapdos, and I had a Magneton.
I think I got all the legendary birds. I don't know. I opened a lot of packs as a kid, and it's really frustrating that, like, the only fully evolved starter line I ever actually legitimately pulled was Venusaur. Because, like, I never owned a base set Blastoise.
Really?
Yeah, and that frustrates me, man.
I had one.
Because that's, like, my favorite. Well, yeah, good for you, Jushiro. Good for you.
And I remember, I think didn't Venusaur come, like, one of the starter decks?
I don't think so. Maybe it did.
I thought the starter decks were Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yep, you're right.
Else.
So, like, one of the things I also want to do, so we talked a little bit last week about doing Cube Draft again in the server, which was a lot of fun. But the thing is, like, I found a package that has, like, every Pokemon theme deck that's ever existed in it.
Oh.
And I would love to do, like, a theme deck tournament for, like, each era of the Pokemon TCG. And, like, you just pick your theme deck and you have fun with it. Like, I think that would be a lot of... You can do this all in, like, Tabletop Sim.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of fun to do that. The only problem with Tabletop Sim is it's not as automatic as, like, TCG Online.
Yeah, you have to set it up. Manually set everything up.
Yeah, but if you know how to play, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something I've always wanted to do. Like, I just want to try playing with, like, the old starter decks.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Count me in. We can record it or something.
The old Rocket ones.
The Rocket ones, they have all the gym leader ones.
Ooh.
Wow, I remember the gym leader ones. Those were fun. Erica's Vileplume.
Yeah.
Search's Rice Tune.
They're all the old gym leader ones, which is really cool. So, like, you could just play with that. Because, like, every gym leader got a starter deck.
Oh, I didn't realize all of them got one. That's really cool.
All of them got it, which is insane.
That's awesome.
So we could do, like, a whole 8-man tournament with every gym leader. And it would be a lot of fun, I think.
Was Giovanni in the gym leader packs? Or
Yeah.
was he in the rocket pack?
No, he was in the gym leader packs. Yeah, he was in the gym leader packs. Yeah. It was just really cool to see the theme decks with the old school stuff. I don't know, because I remember the gym leader stuff because there was definitely the Pokemon TCG going, what do we do now? And they came out with the gym leader stuff, which was very interesting at the time.
Yeah.
And I do miss it to some extent. But yeah, like base set stuff is a lot of fun. It is absolutely, yeah. You have, Gym Heroes, you have all 8 original gym leaders have a deck. Like, Brock's Fighting,
Cool.
Misty's Water, Lieutenant Surge's Electric, Erica's Grass, Sabrina's the Psychic, Koga's Grass, Blaine's Fire, and Giovanni's Fighting.
Nice.
And there's like a ton of old decks, though, from that era, which just makes it fun.
Yeah, I think the whole gym thing wasn't just one set, right? It was like...
it was 2 sets.
I was going to say, I thought it was a couple.
There was 2 sets. It was 2 sets.
Yeah.
It was Gym Heroes, followed up by Gym Challenge. I don't know. Like looking at those old sets is it's very nostalgic because like I played as a kid up until like Neo, right?
Right.
And I know like Mark or somebody disagreed with me about how like the old art on the cards, like when it's just like the old Sugimori art, he hated it, and I'm just like I don't know. That's like my favorite. Like give me straight up Heracross with just the Sugimori art on a card, and I'm here for it.
I don't know. I think I got tired of it when I started seeing it in like black and white still, but
In black and white, I can totally understand because we got so many cool different ways to do the Pokemon card art. But back in the day, like that's all you cared about.
they went so far. Like,
It's nostalgia, goggles.
Like modern day, I completely understand. Just give me the nostalgia though of like the Sugimori art, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it on the old cards because it feels like it should be vintage.
Yeah.
It's when you see them on like newer ones where it's like, you could have put more effort into this.
Yeah, like I would be totally into running like a small little tournament though. Maybe I should. I'm off on Friday. Maybe we should do it on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
What day is that?
Something?
That's yeah.
Holiday weekend.
Yeah, I took the Friday off because that's just too much vacation time. So yeah, the 27th. You know, 27th on Discord. Let's say like I don't know, like 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
We go ahead and we like if you have tabletop sim, come to the Puckle Discord, puclpodcast.com. And I will start up a tabletop sim with a bunch of cards and with a bunch of the theme decks, and we'll just go to town.
Sounds like fun.
And we'll have some fun. And if you're interested in just playing with old school theme decks, we'll do like I want to do like something for the original series. So that's going to be base set through Gym Challenge, and then maybe if there's time, we'll do another one for Generation 2, which is Neo through Sky Ridge.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Because those are just like those decks aren't good. And that's the best part.
Right.
Like, I love theme decks that are very I love clunky theme decks.
It doesn't suck when you're fighting another team deck.
Yes, exactly. I love theme deck tournaments. They are my favorite thing.
Yeah. They're slow and steady and balanced to a point.
So yeah, you heard it here first, folks. May 27th, 6 did I say 6 or 7? 7 p.m. Eastern. Come to the Discord.
Yeah.
I'll put an announcement in there, and we'll do it. All right.
Have a little sign up.
Yeah. You can have a little sign up. I'll get a little sign up in there if you want to do it. We might have to set up several tables because I don't know if we can fit like 16 people in there, but
Right. Depending on how many people are going to show up.
yeah, we wouldn't know how many people are going to show up, and we'll get it all set up. And maybe we'll just like make people draw like from a bag which theme deck they get or something like that. All right. So this is a good place to stop before Thatch goes on more. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to the news. So let's cue that epic music.
Coming to you live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. We've got a few things to talk about, but not really, because it's slow until we get that Scarlet Violet trailer that'll drop one day in like the next month or so. In less than one of the next few weeks, Pokemon Home is updated to 2.0 and is out. So you can go collect your Pokemon from BDSP and PLA and use the world's most complicated diagram to know what can transfer where.
Because the stats change it and all that, I assume.
Kind of. It's like so like everything gets stored, but it doesn't get restored until it goes back to that game, if that makes sense. So like that Pokemon just like has stats for being in each game that it goes to.
Yeah, like I moved my shiny Regigigas over into BDSP to get some ribbons.
Yeah.
And it lost its mint. It's like, oh, that's sad.
Yeah. It's very frustrating and confusing.
I don't know why mints can't stay. All the games right now have mints, and it's like, oh well.
It just wants to reset everything. It's fine. Like the whole thing's just very confusing, and they did this to themselves, and I don't feel sorry for them.
I mean, there are nice things like being able to transfer Pokemon that are in Legends Arceus that you want to evolve with, like trading things.
Yeah.
That exist in Legends Arceus. It's like, oh, I can just move my Gengar from BDSP over and give it a link cable and send it back, and hey, I've got a Gengar now.
That still feels like very, very long.
I mean,
It's not bad.
if you don't have a friend,
If you don't have a friend,
it's
that's
a good option.
Says the 3 friends on the Pokemon podcast. Porygon, I can believe actually. Porygon makes sense.
Porygon is really nice for. Same with like Scizor.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right. Well, we'll move on. TCG.
Before we jump into TCG, let's talk about Unite for a second. There has been a leak or a rumor that a new new evolution is going to arrive to the game. It is Glaceon. And we know that because for the EVs, you know that in the Unite now you have multiple EVs that you can run around because Espeon and Sylveon are on the game, which we're all waiting for that day where there's 5 EVs so we can see 10 EVs running around in the match, and it will be amazing. But obviously, since it's the same Pokemon, they have to differentiate them for one reason. So they did that by adding a circle on the profile pic on the Pokemon during the game. So you can identify if that EV is going to evolve into a Sylveon, into an Espeon. So they found in the code in the game that there's a Glaceon little profile thing. So it is now, so probably we'll have a third EV coming on. I don't know why it's Glaceon.
Because they're going to do all of them anyway, so who cares?
Well, they'll do all of them except
right.
Yes.
We all know what the worst one is. It's okay.
Right. In the TCG front, we have the Astral Radiance set that releases on Friday. So that is going to be a lot of fun as well.
Are there any good cards in that set? Because I don't actually know.
It's got like all the.
That's a question for Sigma.
Or a bunch of them. And the origin forms for Dialga and Palkia are like the base cards too. So
I don't know if I'm excited about that or not. But okay.
They look weird. It's fine. I don't know if I accept them yet either. I guess we're on Go News.
Yes,
now.
we are.
And do you like Tapu? Because the Alola to Alola event is announced to start on May 25th. And if you've been doing the researches for like the past months now, it's like adventure, and you'll get a free research that actually has like a lot of cool things like incubators and lucky eggs. So that's cool. And also during the event, your Cubone will evolve into an Alolan Marowak with Shadow Bone.
Wow.
And you'll find all the Tapus in raids. So, yay.
I really wish they just gave you options to evolve into a Alolan Pokemon at this point.
I kind of wish that too. It's a weird gate. I understand it with Pikachu. We're probably never going to get a time where Pikachu's going to evolve into an Alolan Raichu because they don't want to bother wing assets for a Raichu, right?
Well, you just don't let those evolve. Like, they've done that before where like, oh, this Pokemon's got clothing, it can't evolve.
Because they have some Raichu that have clothes, some that don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so, I don't know. They could totally do it, though, without any issue, in my opinion. They should just give us the option to like hit the button and let it evolve into a Alolan Raichu if it's a standard Pikachu. They should just give us that option.
Yeah, just underneath, just like how they have Slowbro.
Exactly.
Slowpoke evolving into Slowbro and Slowking.
Exactly. That's what they need. That's what they should do. There should just be options especially because a lot of if you're playing like PvP Pokemon Go, a lot of the Alolans are actually good in PvP.
But it's hard to get those stats without, I guess, trading is how you do it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Competitive Pokemon Go has a lot.
Yeah, it's got a lot of problems, and the biggest problem is that you can't. I don't know. Like Pokemon Go, for like its biggest detriment is that it's too focused on community, which is a weird thing to say. Which makes it really hard if you're just somebody who just doesn't live in an area with a lot of Pokemon Go players.
Yep.
Right.
Or Pokemon Go players who only show up during events.
Yes.
And if it's not an event, then you don't have to play
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So it makes the game more difficult. I don't know. It's a weird gate. You are correct. It is just a weird gate in that regard.
Well, one change that they are making, at least,
it's not a good one.
Niantic has announced.
It's not good. No one is happy.
Nobody's happy about this change, for sure. But you can keep reading.
Niantic has announced they have boosted in-person raid rewards, but also discontinuing weekly remote raid passes in the coin bundle, saying that they want the freedom to make the bundle more cohesive and events. Why is it in United States of America, every time they want to give us less, it's because of more freedoms?
I don't understand it. It's whatever. It's like, you could give us both.
They do understand.
No one, I mean, I understand. I don't want to understand. I don't agree.
They definitely understand.
Right. Yeah, they know why they're doing it. Anyway, like putting an incubator in during a hatching event. They also raised the bundle price from $250 to $300. They also be adding more social features over the coming months.
Okay, I didn't know the last part where they increased the price of the remote raid passes.
Yeah, they've already done that.
That's insane to me. What is going on? What are you doing, Pokemon Go?
Technically, they didn't increase the price. They just removed the decrease if you bought them in a pack. So now there's zero reason to buy the 3-pack.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Pokemon Go?
Like,
do you want to die, Pokemon Go?
Niantic.
I can't imagine that this gives them more business in the long run.
Right.
I don't understand.
Right.
But Like, I feel like more people raiding with remote raid passes has more people buying remote raid passes.
Right?
If you take those raid passes away, people are going to stop paying. And there's fewer
so
people
frustrating.
for the people who are paying to raid with. And that seems bad.
I know. This is all very bad. They are not doing a good job. Puckle's pokey prediction for today, though. Let's go to that.
Woohoo! It's become my favorite part.
Will Pokemon Scarlet and Violet receive animated shorts? Do you think they'd be pre-release like the Generations and Origins, or post-release like Twilight Wings and Hisuian Snow? If they do, it's going to be post-release because it's not an anniversary.
I'm expecting post just because we have Hisuian Snow.
Well, both Generations and Origins happened because it was like an anniversary-ish event.
And it was a lead-up. But Evolutions is a weird one.
Right.
It was like halfway through.
So Evolutions was part of the 25th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
That's why. Generations was part of the 20th anniversary. And then Origins we're going into this new era of Pokemon leading up to Gen 6. It was in a simpler time when we all enjoyed Gen 1 nostalgia, and then they kept shoving it down our throats afterwards.
It was the start of the terrible times.
It was the start of the decline. Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it for the news. We're going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Hello and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Professor Snag with the rules. The co-hosts are working together as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that you, the listeners, have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The hosts can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct without using the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
And welcome to the Pokemon Trivia, or Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we do Pokemon Trivia. And we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it with some questions if you guys are ready. Jushiro can actually win it this week if he gets a perfect score.
Woo, yeah.
I think it'll be the first time ever. So I'm rooting for you, Jushiro, as the person asking the questions, but I can't make promises about what Liger provided me in terms of questions.
Oh, I'm not here to win it just because it's easy. I am here to win it because I have Sigma.
I was about to say that because I'm like, you're just going to write on the tailcoat of whoever's here.
Look at the bright side. I don't think you made a call out for Jolteon trivia this time. I remember when that happened for you and Bill.
Yeah,
and I still failed, I think.
I think it went bad.
I think it went real bad. All right, well...
Guys, I have no illusions that I'm good at trivia, but I know how to play the game.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question from G McP, and it's about the Pokemon TCG, but Pokemon TCG from way back in the day, the black and white era.
Oh, then I have a chance then.
How
Okay.
would you get a copy of the TCG card Tropical Beach officially?
That's easy.
Was it from Worlds? I think it was a Worlds card.
It was from Worlds.
It was a Worlds participation card.
I hope the year is not.
I'll give you the year for bragging rights if you give it to me.
Right. I'm going to try to give the year just...
there was a couple years.
I was going to say...
I feel like 2012
I think it was 2012. Yeah, I think it's 2012. And it was the surprise, but then it was re-released...
in 2013.
For, but in a promo. Still hard to get, but people were complaining because Tropical Beach was such a good card. Because usually the promos they give in Worlds and stuff are like either really crappy cards that are just promotional value just for the, hey, it's just because you went to the event, but Tropical Beach was actually a great card. So after they released it on World, people complained and they did a temporary release on, I think it was a magazine or something. But that's my final answer.
Yes, by going and competing and topping in Worlds 2011 and 2012 or being a staff member at those competitions. And that's why Tropical Beach was very expensive. I'm still surprised they allowed that card in decks.
Yes.
And they just didn't ban it.
I don't know why they let that be.
Yeah, I don't know why because Tropical Beach was just way too good and had such a limited market. Like, it was one of the reasons that Pokemon was super expensive back then. It's insane. Like, Tropical Beach, for those of you at home who don't know what Tropical Beach did, in Black and White, Tropical Beach, once during each player's turn, it's a stadium, by the way, that player may draw cards until he or she has 7 cards in his or her hand. If he or she does, that player's turn ends. What? Why is this a card? Why would you let this happen?
Crazy. Yep, it was crazy good.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Crazy
you have to
go.
play
And
a
for those of you-
Snorlax to do it.
Yep.
Like,
And for all those you that listen to the TCG cast, it was the inspiration for the name of the main topic, where it says Topical Beach was named
Yep.
after that card.
I do remember that. All right. So that's 1 for 1. You guys are moving on to number 2. We're going to go ahead and give you this one from Ember. In November 2002, there was a week-long event in the Pokemon Center in New York that gave players a shiny Celebi from a machine once per day, with a 1% chance of it to be shiny. However, there's actually a 0.5% chance for another Pokemon to take Celebi's spot. Which Pokemon is this? So instead of receiving a Celebi, there's a 0.5% chance you could get something else that's rarer than getting a shiny Celebi from this machine.
huh.
And this was
This
where?
was
Can you
in
repeat
the
the question
Pokemon Center
again?
in New York.
Okay, there we go. Pokemon Center in
What
New York.
year?
2002.
You could go there.
I assume. Okay.
Oh, that helps. So this was for the movie.
I don't know if it had anything to do with the movie.
Probably for the
but-
movie.
Oh no, that's a good question. Was it for the movie? I actually know
I mean,
nothing.
Pokemon 2000 was movie 2. Celebi was movie 4.
No, Pokemon.
So
yeah,
would it
2000
be a
was movie too.
Suicune?
Yeah, no, that's why. Well, that
Yeah, but 2000 was released in
I
99,
don't know why
think,
I'm
no?
helping you guys with
Or
this
nine-
question
2000.
because I just think this is very.
Like, if it's based
Okay,
on the
so what do
movie,
you think, Sam?
Suicune, I guess, kind of makes sense. I don't.
Could be. Yeah, if it was based on the movie, it could be Suicune, could be any
Or it could
of
be a
the
Mew.
2002. So we're talking about Gen 3.
Gen 3 would have come out that year, but I don't think they'd be giving away Celebis.
It
for
came out in the U.S.
so-
in 2003. So, for what it's
Oh, okay.
worth,
So,
I'll
yeah.
give you. I'm
No, but
helping
I'm
you.
just
I don't-
so I'm
this is a hard
I'm
question,
discounting
and I
those
want Jushiro to win,
generations.
so.
Yeah.
So it would be on.
I'm only
Gen
asking this.
Gen-
Yeah, so it
Gen
means
up to
that it
Gen
will be
2,
John.
yeah.
It needs to be.
What
Yeah.
Pokemon would be just as cool to receive though
Okay, that
in
helps.
2002? That's also Celebi.
Mew.
Mew's correct.
Yeah.
There you guys go.
Charizard.
Shiny Mew?
You guys got. You guys get a point there. That's 2 for 2. I totally did not help. All right.
That was a hard one.
It was a hard
though.
one.
I've never heard about that either, honestly.
Right. This was a total guess.
All right. This next one is your Pokedex entry question, and we're going to get it from Skull Admin Tank. Its Pokedex entry from Ruby states, in the autumn, the males can be seen performing courtship dances in riverbeds to woo females. During this season, this Pokemon's body coloration is at its most beautiful. Who's that Pokemon? In
Repeat
the
it one
autumn,
more time.
the males can be seen performing courtship dances in riverbeds to woo females. During this season, this Pokemon's body coloration is at its most beautiful.
I'm leaning Masquerain for some reason.
It's in a riverbed, though.
That
I know Masquerain's all like
riverbed.
underwater. Oh, in a riverbed,
riverbed, yeah.
like underwater. Oh, okay.
In a riverbed.
All right, so something watery,
most
Thankfully, water types are the rarest types of
an
Pokemon.
atom.
right?
Yeah, right.
Do you think it would be like a Goldeen or Seeking?
But I guess so. It could be a
That-
Seeking Dust.
That feels like something that would have more color, right?
Right, and his colors are kind of atomy with the orange and the white. But I'm thinking it sounds. I don't know why it sounds like a plant though.
Doing a courtship dance?
Because atom and we're talking about Pokemon here. Freaking don't Vileplumes
riverbed?
dance under the moonlight.
Obviously,
not
it's
saying
the
vibe.
Ludicolo dance. Aren't you familiar with it from Pokemon Coliseum?
Fine, I'll take Thatch's expressions as well, I'm going down the wrong route. Then yes, Seeking is the only one that comes to mind. Then
Seeking is correct.
unless you
Okay.
The hint entry was, its
I'm
yellow
almost
text
let
entry
us
reads,
drown.
it is the male's job to make a nest by carving out boulders in a stream using the horn on its head.
Oh.
yeah, that would have been an easy one. That would have gotten it for sure. There.
Yeah, that would have gotten there.
All right. I think it's a plant doing the courtship dance. I imagine like a lily like dancing around or something.
What's something like blossom dances and it's
Yeah,
a
not
plant?
in a riverbed, Yushiro.
True. I guess
Ludicolo would dance in a
autumn-
riverbed, though. Like,
I guess the autumn thing threw me off because I'm thinking, ooh, autumn, colorful leaves. But yeah, you're right.
All right. So that's 4 for 3. So you guys can get up to 2 points here on this question. This is your multiple answer question, as always. This one's going to be from the trivia master Liger himself. What are the 5 abilities that got buffed to deal with Intimidate in Generation 8? If you give me, for every 2 answers you give me, you get a point. If you get all 5, that's great, I guess.
Repeat
What
that question
are the
one more
5
time.
abilities that got buffed to deal with Intimidate in Generation 8?
Inner Focus was one of
That
them.
is correct. Inner's Focus is 1.
Right.
I think Oblivious is one of
Oblivious
them.
is another one. That's 2. That's 1 point.
Right. I'm thinking. So we're talking specifically abilities,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Let's see. I don't think Justified was one of them, so that's not it.
Steadfast, that's already there.
Because I
Wow.
know Inner Focus was the big one because like Dragonite doesn't care anymore. Dragonite actually has 2 good abilities now.
Right. Inner focus.
He's Inner Focus and Oblivious.
I think one of them is one of them's dumb, like Rattled. or
Rattled is
something.
correct. How many have you given
Like
me so
something-
far? You gave me Inner Focus, Oblivious,
3. That's
and
number
Rattled.
3.
Yeah, Rattled is actually special because that one also gives you a +1 speed boost.
Rattled is special, but Rattled is only on bad Pokemon, so it doesn't.
That
matter.
is also very true. I think Ekans gets it or something.
Ekans isn't a good
It's also not in Sword and Shield, but that's fine. Alolan, Meowth, and Persian get it,
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
stump
something.
on this one.
But
yeah,
their ability
but
to
they're also Alolan, Meowth, and Persian, and you'd run Fur Coat on them.
Fur Coat
most
or
likely.
Technician, both of those are better options.
Yeah. That is the best Pokemon that gets rattled, though.
Okay, but not Dunsparce, huh?
No. I mean, are you not running Dunsparce for Parahacks?
maybe, I don't know.
Serene Grace?
I know. Basque Legion gets it
I don't know. Oh, that's
when it actually
interesting.
becomes available to play with one day.
When it gets an ability game. Anyways, for the... I can't... I'm drawing a blank on what the other 2
You
abilities
need one
are,
more.
though.
Just one more.
I
It's just like Oblivious, though. It's just like Oblivious.
What is it? It can't be on
It is on tempo.
right?
It is on tempo.
Okay.
The other one is Scrappy.
Oh, yeah.
Scrappy.
All 2 Pokemon that care about having
Yeah.
Scrappy.
Kangaskhan.
Miltank and I don't even
Maybe
know.
Scrap.
yeah,
Miltank
this one
and
stumped me hard.
Pangoro
Probably.
probably care.
But yeah, that gives you guys your 2 points. So you're at what's it called? I've lost count. You're on pace for the 8 though, which is what Jushiro needs. So all you have to do is get this question correct without using the hint, and you win the game here, Jushiro.
Okay, let's do
All
this.
right, this is gonna be from Bam. Which fully evolved fighting type Pokemon has the lowest base speed stat?
Fully evolved
Fully
fighting type,
evolved,
low speed.
Fully
fighting
evolved
type,
fighting
lowest
lowest speed. Yeah.
Hariyama?
Hariyama is probably down there. But I think there's like there's got to be something slower.
Slowest fighting type. Wow. Okay.
Grappaloct might be down there.
I remember how fast are they? The between them. Which one's the slowest? I mean, I know Machamp is slow, but it's not that slow.
No, so many of them are like around 60 speed. Like, I think Machamp is about 60 speed. Sirfetch'd is around 60 speed. A lot of them are just sitting at 60 speed.
Right. Because I'm thinking Hariyama, because, you know, he's a sumo wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, what other fighting type could be slower? Ooh, maybe one that's dedicated just on counters?
Mm-hmm. Like, there's not a fighting type Wobbuffet.
Right, that's what I was thinking, but I don't think so, yeah. Ooh, what about Throw and the other dude?
Sock has a decent speed. Throw isn't, like, super slow, I don't think. Conkeldurr is down there, but I don't think it's
I think you've named everything but the lowest one so far.
Okay, so we
you
haven't
like
named
bottom
it yet.
5 though. You've done pretty good. Like there's definitely like, yeah, you don't have a lock on this situation. So
Damn, what's slower than all of this?
like if you grew up in like the water and then you tried to run on the land.
Stop. Poliwrath?
Poliwrath isn't that slow. Grew up in the water.
And you like to wrestle, you know.
Wrestling the Graplocked.
Oh, did you say
mentioned
Graplocked?
I know, I did mention Graplocked, yeah.
Oh, I didn't pay attention then.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Graplock's the answer. It's got a base speed of 42.
To be honest, that was like the second one that was mentioned too.
Graplock's got a base speed of 42. Crabominable is in second lowest with a base speed
that thing is
of
a Pokemon
43.
that exists.
And Throw and Conkeldurr have a base speed of 45. So, Jushiro, because I like you, you got all of your points. And you get to say you've won trivia once.
Yes, this goes to all the
I don't think there were
haters
any haters.
that say that I'm bad.
Zero haters.
No, listen. All the haters that think that I'm bad in trivia,
They are
you're
all
right. But I still won.
Yeah, so that means that Sigma's in the lead with 8 points, and everybody else has yet to get on the board. Tune in next week for more Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're quizzing your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge. We will catch you on the flip-flop. Well, not on the flip-flop. We're going to the topic. Hey, would you like a green Tauros badge? Well, you can have one. If you come over to our Patreon at patreon.com/puclpodcast, we are going to be getting them out once we hit $850. We're going to be getting those to every patron at the $10 plus tier because we love you guys. We'd love to see this project made. Of course, if we hit any other thresholds on the way there, such as $800 for the week-long giveaways to the community, that would also happen as well. So if you'd be interested in getting a green Tauros badge, feel free. Come on over. If you can't support the show, don't worry about it. You just listening is enough for us. So until then, though, guys, I'm Thatch, and I'll catch you guys on the flip-flop. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today, we're phoning it in, guys. And we're doing top 5 and bottom 5 rock-type Pokemon of all time, in our opinions, TM. Definitely you can disagree with us, and I would love to hear you disagree with us in the emails next week. So please go ahead and do that.
Emails, YouTube comments,
And it's very slow.
Yeah, disagree with us. Because this, I wonder if this is going to be heated.
tell us we're wrong.
I can't imagine rock-type Pokemon are like that. I don't know. I can't imagine they're that much of a topic.
They could be.
It's not something people think about.
I don't know that there's any Pokemon I'm like, heck yeah, that's a rock type. I'm very excited that that's a rock type.
The top 3 are going to be easy, and then, the next 2 are going to be hard, and then
So we're just going to try to come up with, the top 5 and bottom 5. I guess it'll be a moving list as we discuss it, but I've got 2 Pokemon, both one for top 5 and one for bottom 5 that I would like to propose. Top 5, Tyranitar.
Yeah.
it might be the best.
Yeah, so for those of you at home, this is just Pokemon that we feel are cool for a number of reasons, whether it be TCG, VGC, viability, design, anything. We're just putting on, we're smorgasbording how we feel about these Pokemon all together. Yeah, I think Tyranitar is just great because it's just a solid design. It's Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good Pokemon competitively, and there have been some fun TCG cards. Unlike Garchomp, the Mega is just as good as regular Tyranitar. They're both good.
It's not bad like Mega Garchomp was bad. Right?
Exactly. It's not bad. It's usable. It's just that they do different things. They don't do the same thing.
Yeah, it can be a mixed attacker, whereas regular T-Tart, sure, you could run Flamethrower.
I used to run Thunderbolt back in Gen 4.
Oh, yeah.
Womp, womp,
I
womp.
remember.
Bingo card.
It has the option for special attacks. It's
I don't remember Thatch playing Thunderbolt. I remember that it can learn Thunderbolt.
It can learn Thunderbolt.
Just keep it away from the fighting types, and it's
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tyranitar, though, is absolute top 5. Bottom 5, though.
Yeah.
Bottom 5, and I think we can all agree on this because it's the most disappointing rock type of all time, and that is Colossal.
Okay, but it's really good in VGC with Dynamax.
Okay, it is, but I think they messed it up.
But once Dynamax is gone, I don't see it doing amazing.
I think they messed it up. Because they had this really cool idea with Roly-Coly, and they had this other really cool idea with Carkol, and where it's just this train motif because both are on wheels, and they're just yeah, but what if we just made it Rhyperior?
It could be a furnace with Rhyperior's
build.
Rhyperior's model. It's fine.
I think all of its competitive viability just gets thrown in the garbage for me because they were just yeah, we just took the same frame as Rhyperior. Also, by the way, we really wanted to make this a diverse group of Pokemon in Sword and Shield, but you can also catch Rhyperior.
For some reason, they gave it the starter's G-Max attack.
I know. I mean, it's good. I think it's good, though.
Oh, it's one of the best G-Max attacks in the game. But it's the fact that it and 3 starters have that attack.
Yes.
It's so weird.
I just don't like the design either. So to me, it goes in the bottom 5.
The design kills everything for me. Like, the design of Colossal just kills it for me.
It's just a mountain of coal.
They should have made it a train.
Mm-hmm.
I will stand by this for the rest of my life. It should have looked like a little steam engine. It would have been cute.
Yep.
It would have been real cute if they would have turned it into a little steam engine. Like, give me Thomas the Tank Engine, but call it Colossal.
Right.
And we would have been good. But those are like my hard opinions, like for like best and worst, honestly.
Okay.
You want to go for the next, Sigma? Or should I?
My nomination for best is probably going to be the Terror of Gen 5 with Terrakion.
I think you have to. I think Terrakion has to be in top rock types ever.
Right?
It's good. It's not because it's a rock type, though. It's honestly because it's a fighting type.
It is a close combat machine, and rock just happens to be a good offensive typing to go with it.
It's just like, yeah, rock's just there, you know?
It was a dominant force before Landorus Therian became a thing.
Yes, it was.
My only complaint, my only objection is that Terrakion is not that really known outside the competitive area.
I thought he had a decent card in black-white, if I recall. I could.
That's a long time ago. That's my only objection. I mean, competitive-wise, I
don't
can't
talk
say,
to me about my mortality, Jushiro. Gosh. I still think it deserves a top 5 slot just for being like probably the coolest rock type legend.
Mm-hmm. Beat up strategies are always fun with it in VGC, but in singles it can hold its own too.
Yeah.
So I like it. And for bottom 5.
Yeah. What do you got for bottom 5?
I do. Mag Cargo.
wow.
Poor thing.
No. Macargo, okay, so like the problem with Macargo that I have is that like they tried to push it so hard.
Take.
No, I don't think God, you should. That's a dad joke that got me. The thing about Macargo is that they like shoved it down your throat so hard and it's not even good.
It was pushed in what? Gen 2, Gen 3?
And Gen 3.
It wasn't in Gen 4 because fire Pokemon were not allowed in Gen 4.
Yeah, they didn't get the passport unless they were Rapidash. Yeah, Macargo is like incredibly... Yeah, that's a good one because Macargo is absolute garbage. It's not fast. It's not good at anything.
You don't want to run it in a trick room because it has like 2 times 4 weaknesses.
Yeah, it's just so bad. It's so bad.
I forgot about that, yeah.
It's a Colossal without a gimmick.
They gave the same typing to like Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Arcanine, and like even that's better.
I think those are fine because they at least have speed, so they're like a scary offensive
They can
threat.
do something, yeah.
Right.
Like,
right.
Base
At least the
30
design
speed.
is nice.
Let's
I do
go.
like Macargo.
You like it?
Snail.
You can't like it.
The design I do.
I don't know. It just feels
design.
boring, but maybe it's just because I saw it so much because it was really pushed in Gen 3, and then when you...
Right.
So I also played a lot of like the GameCube games as a kid, which I don't think a lot of people have. So like my perspective is probably...
It was in Coliseum, wasn't it? Like
it was in Coliseum and in Gale of Darkness. And what's
and it
worse...
was bad in both.
In Gale of Darkness, they did was pretty intelligent. And like early on, there were just like 6 Pokemon of very diverse types so that you could build a team with all the types you need very early on. And so the fire type option, though, was Slugma, which is very... And there aren't a lot of Pokemon that are both in XD, Gale of Darkness, and Coliseum, by the way. And Slugma was one of them that made that jump. So it was very unfortunate. And it's just like, wow, that's the Pokemon that got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not in Gale of Darkness or XD.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
I know that in the TCG, Macargo had a GX card that was actually a lot of fun to play. That had the ability that once during your turn, before you attack, you may discard the top card out of your deck. If it's basic energy card, attach it to one of your Pokemon, and it was used as some energy acceleration. So it's awesome play.
I remember it pairing well with the regular Mag Cargo too, where it can search your deck and put something on top of your deck. So like you found the energy and then you attached it.
Yep. But I totally understand from the other aspect why it should be there.
Yeah, it's just
in the bottom 5.
Just never. It needs help.
Yes,
it needs a lot of help.
So rock types hold a special place in my heart. Mostly because of fossils. So to me, there's a lot of good choices here.
I'm gonna disagree hard. on most fossils.
I have to be the voice here that will defend the fossils until I can, and for that, I will put as my top 5 Tyrantrum.
Okay, that's a fine fossil. That is an acceptable fossil.
That's the one I was going to be like, that fossil you're allowed. Gen 6 fossils, you're absolutely allowed because they were interesting.
They were.
Well, if we're looking at, if you would have said Ammonite, I would have fought you.
Okay, Almastar is like, okay, but it's not top 5.
Yeah.
Right. If we go to the fossil, there's really just one you can think that is the king of the fossils, and that's Tyrantrum. Its typing is amazing. Rock Dark.
It's not Rock Dark, Rock Dragon.
Sorry. It's Rock Dragon is a great typing, and its abilities are not half bad either. Sure, it's not the best when it comes to its stats. I know that much. So if you want to play him, you gotta, figure some stuff up, but he's just such a great design, and I don't know why it took Pokemon 5 generations to give us a T-Rex, but I'm just so glad that they did. And for that, Tyrantrum has a spot in my heart, and I assigned it for the top 5.
I accept Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is a very solid rock type.
Yeah,
I'm okay
love
with
it.
Tyrantrum.
Now, on the other hand, speaking of fossils, on the bottom 5, Archeops.
Also fair.
I agree with you. Hard agree.
I like its design. I think it's very colorful.
Its design is nice. It's awesome. It's very fossil-y, right? It's based
very
on
fossil.
bird. But
it is top fossil.
but that Pokemon ability makes no sense. Why would you give it Defeatus? I mean, it does nothing for that poor Pokemon. It's never used because of it.
Yes.
Its stats aren't even that good to require an ability that makes it worse.
Right. I know.
Like, its stats are slightly above average.
It's not even Regigigas or anything. It's just like, yeah, we made it worse because we felt like it.
It's slightly above, like, Arcanine level of stats.
Yeah. They have to have some sort of rule going on that prehistoric Pokemon and Pokemon cannot be strong.
Yeah.
Because they just try their hardest to make them not work.
They allow the memes to be strong this gen.
They just don't want Pokemon. I don't know. They don't want every Pokemon to be good, and then none of them are good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they give you like middling Pokemon for fossils, which is fair because they're extinct for a reason, Jushiro. Okay.
Yeah.
They weren't the world's best.
Well,
coming around again. Well, there's only 5. We only have 2 more slots, and there's 3 of us. So I guess this is where we get to fight.
This is where we get to debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's where we get to fight because I think so far we've all chosen the right choice. And like I have 2 that are in my top 5 for rock types that might not be in your top 5 for rock types that would fill in.
There is a small handful of the things left that I'd be willing to accept.
You can absolutely disagree with me on both of these, and that's fine.
I was gonna say, in order to get how about this? In order to get to the last 2 points, it has to have a I from all 3 of us.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
You agree? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna throw out there Pseudo-Wudo.
I mean, it's iconic. It is iconic.
It is iconic.
I'm not saying it's good.
No, it is iconic.
It is iconic, and it is a memorable rock type, which I can't say about most of these.
That is true.
It's iconic. It's iconic.
I don't know.
And it's like one of the very few pure rock types, too.
This is true.
I mean, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Rock is a bad type, so being mono rock type isn't.
I feel like we gotta have like a mono rock like in the top 5 rock types.
I feel like if you're gonna talk about a good mono rock, you're gonna talk about Gigalith, because Gigalith's got a great design, amazing shiny.
I disagree. I disagree with Gigalith because it's literally. I just have a problem with a lot of Gen 5 stuff, like including Conkeldurr, right?
Because they're clones.
Where it's just like Golem 2.0.
Well, where they're just like, oh, hey, we're going to make this whole new generation with this whole new Pokedex so that it's like a soft reboot.
Yeah, but Gigalith actually got a cool ability, unlike Golem.
but then they just go, my second choice is actually Golem for top 5. Alolan Golem, specifically. Alolan Golem.
Just because Alolan Golem is cute.
As we learned from the episode a few months ago where we just like filled out like our favorite Pokemon charts by type or whatever, I just have a soft spot for like Alolan Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
For Alolan Pokemon and things that evolved in Gen 4.
Right.
Okay, so let's vote on Pseudo-Wudo. I obviously have a yes.
What about you, Sigma? Because here's the thing. We still have Aerodactyl on this list.
We still have Nihilego on this list.
So I don't know if Pseudo-Wudo is better than Aerodactyl or more iconic. So I guess it's a nay for me.
All right. Okay, well, I think Aerodactyl's a burn, but that's fine. I'm gonna name Aerodactyl, okay? Because I think Aerodactyl's it's basic. It's basic.
Okay. So that both Aerodactyl and Sudowoodo are gone.
Yeah. They're done. They didn't make it.
What about you, Sigma? What do you...
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to nominate Nihilego because one, special attacking rock types are...
I actually agree with this, and it's like the Ultra Beast, right? Like it's the first one.
It's the face of Ultra Beast, right?
Yeah.
It's the face of Ultra Beast. I agree with.
I like the design a lot too. It is a very creepy Pokemon, which was designed to do exactly what it was, to be creepy and alien. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's a jellyfish rock type. Like that's really cool.
Yep.
I agree.
That's an I from me too.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, and like coming across a special attacking rock type that people like is a challenge, let's say.
Yeah. Wait, Thatch didn't get to nominate a bottom 5.
None of us nominated the bottom 5.
Yeah. We were trying to get the next top 5, and now we can talk about the bottom 5.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's you.
Yeah.
Hysterian Avalugg, done.
I absolutely agree. Ice and Rock are both the worst.
You want to talk about like the most unnecessary Hysterian form?
Yeah.
It's Avalugg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the boss battle's really cool, but
Yes.
Avalugg is not the boss battle.
Right.
No, it's not.
They figured out that boss battle first, and then they're like, well, we can't make the Pokemon this big.
Yes.
So...
Hysterian Avalugg just didn't need to exist. They somehow made Avalugg worse.
Yeah, they did.
yeah. Like Rock Ice is a bad enough typing where I'd probably want to nominate one regardless, but Aurorus has a use. Avalugg does not.
Not even just from a use standpoint, like at least Aurorus is like an original kind of concept, and Hysterian Avalugg is just like, yeah, it's a dirty iceberg.
It makes sense that thing went extinct.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hard agree with that though. I feel like Hysterian Avalugg is like the worst. The worst of the worst. Okay, so we get one more of each. One more of each then.
One more of each. For my top 5, I would like to nominate Ramparos.
No.
Now I know.
No.
I know.
No.
I know it's another fossil.
Stop nominating fossils, Jushiro. To be fair, that is like half this list.
Fine.
But like,
Yeah. Okay, fine. Onyx. How about that?
okay, it's like the definitive rock type, but like,
It evolves into a non-rock.
on top of that, like, because like it's like the Gen 1 rock type, but like all of the problem I have with rock type in Gen 1 is that like all of the properties they try to like tell you are rock type Pokemon is literally just ground type Pokemon.
Right.
And they're awful about it. So I don't know. Like Onyx is also, I don't know, it feels basic.
Have you ever seen how bad an Onyx's stats are?
They are. Do you know what has like more attack than an Onyx? I think it's like a Talonflame.
Like it has the defense stat of a Cloyster, and then a high speed stat, and then no other stats.
Yeah.
Its attack stat is so low. It's 45. 45 attack.
How?
It was made to not do damage.
It's a snake made out of boulders. How can I not have a high attack? I don't get it.
Like, I'm letting it stay out of the bottom 5, but I'm not letting
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
But those are my nominations for that. Now let's go back to you, Thatch. What's your top nomination?
Okay, so like I've got 2 more, and I know my second one will win, so I'm going to do my first one, which is still a Alolan Golem.
You're making this so hard because I want to say yes, but I don't know if I should.
Because I think Alolan Golem was at least unique, it being the electric rock type. He decided he wanted to be a railgun, and as a physicist, that excites me.
A taser
Conceptually, the railgun is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, railgun.
Scientifically, railguns are very cool.
Oh, you're making this difficult, Thatch, because I really do love me some Alolan Golem.
Alolan Golem is a cool rock type. I'm just throwing it out there.
He really is. He really is. Well, but you, Sigma.
It shoots rocks, which is really cool.
Which are typically its own offspring, but that's a different story.
Well, it's fine.
Those babies.
Dragapult is normalized.
Dragapult has no... Before there was Dragapult, there was Alolan Golem.
Right.
You're shooting Alolan Geodude. I hard vote Alolan Golem only because it's weird, and I love it.
I gotta have to say yes here, too. I can't say no.
I'm not against it. We can have him.
Okay.
There you go. Fifth
Okay.
top, Alolan.
I'm glad that Alolan Golem made it, because my other option was Cleavor, and I think Cleavor is absolutely a great rock type, but...
Yes. And we didn't even mention Rhyperion.
I was going Rhyperior next, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Rhyperior or Shuckle?
In terms of worst?
No, best.
No, in the top 5.
Okay, Rhyperior just suffers from, like, the Gen 4 evolution syndrome, where it's just like, yeah, but I just got fat.
Yeah. That's why like Shuckle wouldn't have been bad either.
Shuckle would have been okay because it's a meme.
I would have accepted Shuckle as top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alolan Golem's better.
Now the bottom the bottom 5 ain't gonna be easy because what we have left is pretty much bottom of the barrel.
A lot of bottom of the barrel. So I feel like a Water Rock deserves to be on the list.
So Kabutops or Omastar?
I was actually going Corsola. Corsola's kind of trash.
Actually, yeah. No, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Corsola is a Pokemon that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, design-wise, it's, like, okay, but...
I mean, its evolution is pretty awesome.
I would have also been okay with it being, like, a water grass type.
Yeah, well, I understand why it's Water Rock, because, like, Coral is kind of a rock.
I kind of get it, too, but it doesn't really work, and now we have the Galarian Corsola, which is just better to battle with.
It is better. Galarian Corsola is... Well, it's only because it gets Eviolite.
Yeah.
It gets access to Eviolite. I'm really hoping Eviolite just doesn't exist in Scarlet and Violet.
Me too.
I'd be okay with that. Like, the other option is Carbink, because it's just worse Diancie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Corsola is worse.
What about Meteor? Meteor was disappointing as heck.
No!
It has Shell
It's
Smash.
actually cool.
Meteor is okay.
I like Meteor.
It has a strategy. It
Okay.
tries the strategy. Like,
It does all right. Meteor's all
Surprised?
right. He's good. He's a good guy. Good boy.
It's a fine mid-tier rock.
Yeah, it's definitely in the middle. It's definitely in the middle.
Maybe even upper, because rock is really bad. But it's not top 5.
Yeah, I agree with this.
But yeah, I think Corsola. I think Corsola is where it goes.
Corsola
If
is.
Jushiro doesn't have an objection.
I don't have an objection
Nope.
to Corsola.
I don't have an objection either. I like the
Okay.
evolution. Corsola is sad.
Corsola is a sad Pokemon.
There you go, huh?
Yeah, for those of you at home, what we came up with was top 5 of Tyranitar, Terrakion, Tyrantrum, Nihilego, and Alolan Golem. Our bottom 5 was Colossal, Macargo, Archeops, Hisui, and Avalugg, and Corsola. Feel free to disagree with us in emails at puclpodcast@gmail.com.
Feel free to add us.
Yeah, just come at us. Come at us.
Tell us why we're wrong for hating Magcargo.
Nobody can tell you that. And, like, there's just no explanation. Why does Macargo exist?
Let us know your top 5 and your bottom 5.
Yeah, from the 3 of us here at the Puckle Podcast. Though I think Sudowoodo should have made it.
Sorry.
I like Sudowoodo.
Just to make you feel okay, when we do grass, I'll have Sudowoodo on that list.
No, that doesn't make me feel better at all.
Then you can put it as one of the worst grass types.
Could you imagine a regional Sudowoodo where it's just a grass type?
That would be pretty hilarious.
We've come full circle.
Right.
A Sudowoodo pretended to be a tree for so long that it had so much moss grow on it.
Yeah, and it became a tree.
It had so much moss grow on it that it became a rock grass type.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well, that's going to be it for our topic today. We're going to kick it on over to our Pokemon of the episode, so we will catch you guys on the flip-flop.
Poke of the episode.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 487, Giratina, the Renegade Pokemon.
The Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Pokédex entry states, a Pokemon that is said to live in a world on the reverse side of ours. It appears in an ancient cemetery.
Ooh, it's Giratina.
Ooh.
We're not playing with Origin Form today. We're playing with normal Giratina, which is something. Let me tell you.
I mean, sometimes the bulk is nice, and holding an item is nice.
Face 90 speed, so that's something. Its attack and special attack, though, are a little bit lower. The bulk is higher, though, because it's base 120 defense and special defense, base 150 HP. The only thing that happens between Origin and Altered forms is that the attack and defense stats are just switched. So it's base 100 attack and special defense for, special attack for regular Giratina, and then in Origin form, it's flipped. So it's 120 instead.
Not as optimized as our new Origin forms are, but whatever.
That's fine. Those aren't viable. I'm really actually still surprised that they didn't let them transfer in, which is somewhat upsetting. Well, it would have been fun. It would have been fun to see in VGC.
It would have been fun, but they're also ugly, so whatever.
Oh, they are hideous. Absolutely.
I'm kind of okay with it.
But all right. Well, let's keep going then. We got a team for you guys this week. It is a Giratina team for VGC. It's going to be a real good time. So we've got a Giratina on this team holding a weakness policy. Pressure is the ability because that's all it can get.
Does he have telepathy too, or no?
He has telepathy in his altered form as a hidden ability, yes. But he's stuck with Levitate. He's stuck with Levitate in Origin form.
We're not doing anything to...
Yeah, exactly. So it's fine.
Actually, I don't think telepathy works with the weakness policy, so it's probably fine.
Yes, this is what you want. It's 236 HP, so it's a bulky boy, 252 special attack, 20 speed, because we're going Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a modest nature, so it can hit hard, and it's Draco Meteor, Shadow Ball, Protect, and Thunder, probably for... what's it called?
Kyogre.
Kyogre. Yeah, probably for... That's what I meant.
We don't like Kyogre. No one likes Kyogre, but we resist Kyogre as a Giratina.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. Except when it brings Ice Beam. It's fine.
It's okay. Usually they're like double water with thunder.
Really? I usually always bring Ice Beam, but that's me.
I think usually you'll see an Ice Beam, but like, we're bulky. We can take one.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is Mimikyu with Mental Herb, so that it can't, I guess...
You're not getting taunted while you Trick Room.
Yeah, you can't be taunted while you Trick Room. So it's Disguise, obviously, 252 HP, 252 defense, we're Bulky Boy, and we are relaxed with Play Rough, a 0 speed IV, so it gives a Trick Room. Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, and Trick Room. It's alright, I guess.
It's a Mimikyu. It still exists in this format. It's fine.
Yeah, and it can Shadow Sneak your Giratina and get its weakness policy proc if nobody else does. So that's something. Somebody take the next two.
Oh, I'll take them. So next up we have Calyrex Ice Swarm with its Lumberry because it doesn't have a weakness policy because our Giratina took it.
Yeah.
Max HP, max attack with the rest going in special defense. Adamant Nature, so we're not even running min speed, which is probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Glacial Lance, Trick Room, Protect, and Helping Hand, though honestly that probably should be like high horsepower. Or whatever ground move it gets. It gets a ground move. It should run it.
Yeah.
And then we have Incineroar with a Citrus Berry and Intimidate. Max HP 140 in defense, 116 in special defense with a Careful Nature. Flare Blitz, Brutal Swing, Parting Shot, and Fake Out. I don't know what Incineroar spreads do. There are like more Incineroar spreads than there are viable Pokemon in the meta.
Yeah. It's so true, though.
I swear every Incineroar I see has a different spread, and I'm sure they each do their own thing, and I have no clue what each one is.
I'm really sure they do.
And a reason to be hated.
I am willing to accept that any Incineroar spread is a good Incineroar spread. There is no best.
I really wish that Calyrex Ice had like high horsepower on it, though. Probably instead of Helping Hand.
Yeah, like Helping Hand doesn't... It seems like a waste of your restricted slot.
Yeah, I guess unless they're hoping you Helping Hand the Giratina?
But even then, it doesn't have spread. Like, if it had spread, I'm okay with it. It doesn't have spread, though.
I think the Helping Hand should be replaced with high horsepower. All right. Well, Jushiro, take us home with these last two Pokemon that are pretty standard-ish.
Absolutely. We got Rillaboom G-Max with Miracle Seed. Its ability is Grassy Surge. And then the EV spreads of 252 HP, 252 attack, and 4 special defense with the Adamant Nature. Its attacks are the Glassy Slide, High Horsepower, Fake Out, and Protect. Pretty standard. Even me, I can notice that.
Yeah.
Then we'll top all things up with a cherry on top that is Togekiss with Babiri Berry, which is the...
Anti-Steel. It's Anti-Steel. Anti-Zacian. Let's be honest. It's Anti-Zacian.
Ah, there, thank you. I've heard that, I've seen that berry, but I've never used it. Super ability, super luck, of course, with the EV spreads of 244 HP, 12 def on defense, and 252 on special defense with the Calm Nature, and you gotta make sure that that IV on attack stays on 0, and then it's 4 attacks, Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, Helping Hand, and Protect.
That's the Togekiss's Babiri Berry is also spec, so it can live a Zacian Behemoth Blade. So that means that if Zacian hits you, you can still get your Follow Me off and not have your Trick Room setter hit by something else afterwards. So I always take that with a nice grain of salt. This team's alright. I would still put high horsepower on the Calyrex after playing. I played one match with it beforehand, and that's what I would do.
And if we had high horsepower, it would have been a very different match.
Yes, we would have won.
Easily.
Yes, we would have absolutely won if that were the case, I think. And I think Helping Hand's a waste, like I said. There's no spread on Giratina. Yeah, the only spread is Glacial Lance, actually, on this entire team. Oh, I guess there's a Dazzling Gleam.
Dazzling Gleam, but, like, Togekiss attacking seems unlikely.
Does that count, though? Like, I don't even know if that counts. Like,
I guess brutal. Incineroar has brutal swing to activate the.
The weakness policy. Oh, interesting. That's something.
That's not spread your ever going to helping hand though. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, that is spread. It's not the spread we're looking for.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But yeah, this is it's an interesting team. It's definitely different. I don't know if I like it more or less than some of the other stuff we've seen before, though. Like, I've definitely been playing other teams, and like I've definitely been playing Zacian Kyogre, unfortunately.
I was gonna say the real trick to Poke of the episode is finding a team that isn't Zacian Kyogre.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we are. Is that I just want to do Zacian Kyogre.
It's like Zacian Kyogre or like Reshiram Ice Calyrex.
Yeah, it was a meta.
It is a meta. It is not the best meta right now, and it's very sad that it lasts so long.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to end.
Yeah, after Worlds.
They'll still play it a little bit after Worlds until Scarlet and Violet, essentially.
So the thing is, they announced that these rule sets the rules right now are going to last until the end of August when they announced it.
Yeah, but they're just going to announce that it goes on afterwards, too.
I mean, maybe.
I guarantee it.
Right.
They put an end date on it, so I assume there's like new rules between then and Scarlet and Violet.
I hope so, and I hope it's just like a ban list. I just hope it's ban list.
Just be ban list.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, if you want this Pokemon team and you want it shiny, come on over to our Patreon at the $10 tier. You can grab it. It'll be there. Also, Green Tauros badge pins in June if you join at the $10 tier. So definitely consider that. On that note, though, guys, we're going to go to the mailbag. So let's kick it on over there.
It's mail time! Send in your emails! Mail!
And welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag's a part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com, and we will tell you, or we might read it on the show. We typically have a prompt. Last week we asked you guys what you think of the Pokemon Home 2.0 news and how that's all working out and shaking out. And I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. But before that, if you could write an email that inspires discussion and we honestly really like, we'll give you a fictional Green Tauros badge, aka a role on the Discord server. So all you have to do is ask us for it if you win it. But it's sponsored by the fictional energy drink, Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
Yay. And on that note, we are going to go ahead and kick it on over to these emails. Our first email this week, I believe Jushiro is going to have, and it's going to be from Zay Paladin.
The Paladin. Ooh. Its subject is Home 2.0 is already old. What it to do, Puckle Crew? Hope y'all doing well today and are ready for an in-depth home discussion. Bear with me, as I had to rewrite this email a few times in order to make sure I was clear and concise in what I was trying to say. With that disclaimer done, I'm going to go ahead and say Home should have been Battle Revolution Colosseum 2.0.
Yeah, I think everybody agrees with this.
Plain and simple, people don't like having Pokemon that you can't play with. To solve this issue, you add an online battle arena to Home. I'm pretty sure that has been mentioned previously, but wanted to elaborate on 2 key points. The first point is that in the online edition, you are not shifting VGC onto Home, but instead are providing an alternative to the current cart metagame. I think each generation have their own unique meta is really fun and enjoy trying different gen metas in Pokemon Showdown. In Battle Revolution 2.0, you could use Pokemon in various metas and have in-house tournaments and in whatever category you want. All this Pokemon you've collected now have a purpose. Your original gold, silver Feraligatr could now fight in any metagame that's included Feraligatr in the dex. Furthermore, with the presence of the online arena on Home, you don't have to worry about move calling on to current games. Yes, listener reader, you too can use Roof's Piplup, since there isn't a dumb rule that messes up your move pool by going from home to cart.
Oh, it already happened, though. It already happened.
To be fair, I kind of like it as a future-proof thing, but
Yeah.
like it'll be cool going forward that you can take your Scarlet and Violet Pokemon back to old games that they're available on.
I do like that you can. I do like that you can go backwards.
I like going backwards. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is like the best part of this is that you can go backwards because like it makes sense now. Like in this post-exit world, everything's making a little bit more sense because we have a much larger picture of what they're trying. And I think one of the things is, I don't know if you guys are aware, but like in the code, they actually started labeling the generations a little bit differently than what the fan base would. Because we would have just called BDSP and also PLA Generation 8, but in the code, they have not. They've actually named BDSP Generation 9 and PLA Generation 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Just thinking about that. Just think about it that way, the way they kind of see it, in my opinion, is they might not update Pokedexes backwards, but they will let you bring Pokemon backwards so you can replay games with games that you've already played, right? Like, say you joined in the Pokemon craze a little bit late, like Scarlet and Violet's your first game. Well, there's value to go back in Sword and Shield because you can take some of your Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, go to Sword and Shield.
And then you can get them Galar Champion ribbons.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah.
I really like that.
like that's what I'm happy about BDSP. Like, I get to go and take things and get them their contest ribbons. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
Like, I have a shiny Cradily, and I'm very happy that I can get ribbons on it.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing that's come out of this. I think I don't know that it's worth the sacrifices that we've made along the way.
But it's a little thing that's nice.
It's like, well, at least you did something that's cool. You know, you did like one thing that's cool. It's just Nintendo and Pokemon in general, because one, our expectations are set a little bit differently, but also two, that like they always seem to take like 2 steps back, 1 step forward.
Right. That's always been a Nintendo game.
Yeah, so like, you know, it feels kind of like that, but at least this is the step forward that we all like. And I'm okay with this. It's just not as fun. I'm gonna feel better about it when every Pokemon has a game that it can go to that connects to home.
Right.
That isn't Let's Go, because Let's Go doesn't have that backwards compatibility.
No, Let's Go doesn't let you go backwards. Yeah. I think most of Gen 1 is okay right now. Yeah, everything in Gen 1's okay because of BDSP. Yeah, BDSP saves up to Gen 4, but we're still missing like 60 Pokemon that don't have a home, which is somewhat frustrating.
Well, I'm sure we're going to get it in Violet and Scarlet.
Most of them. I don't think all of them will be there.
I don't know. I think I could see most of the 60 in there for sure.
Yeah, to pumper up their Pokedex to make it bigger.
I think the issue is the starters, and if they get those into the Scarlet and Violet.
I think the Gen 5 starters will make it because of Oshawott, and the Gen 6 starters I think will get in because you can't not have Greninja for that long.
You can't keep Greninja out of the games for that long.
Yeah. The problem I have with it is that PLA had like the Hisuian evolutions, and I think they're going to put all of the Hisuian evolutions into Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, okay.
Which means that I could totally see the rest of the Alolan Pokemon coming as well, which means...
Do not let Incineroar in. Do not.
If we're gonna have Dexit, let's do Dexit right and not put Incineroar in the game.
Just keep Incineroar out. Please. I'm begging you.
Yes.
Let Arcanine be the Intimidator. It's fine.
I'm really tired of Incineroar. Just get it
like,
out.
Incineroar's numbers are better than Landorus's numbers at its peak. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. Well, I mean, Incineroar did have 90% usage at one point. It was insane.
That was back in, like, Gen 7.
Yeah.
At least it's down to 65%.
Yeah.
Well, continue on with the email, though. I don't know if this will actually work, but it would be implied by not needing to move a Pokemon to a game that has already altered move pool at least. The one drawback to this shift to Battle Revolution 2.0 is that adjusting EVs and IVs wouldn't be as simple as in Showdown, and therefore would be more grindy. However, I'd argue that farming XP or currency for vitamins in Swish has made relatively easy and had multiple avenues to do so. Now, you could farm these resources on cart and transfer them to the new Home Revolution Coliseum to be used or housed there.
I honestly think that this is impossible now just because of PLA.
Right. Yeah.
And the way that they have all the stat stuff work really oddly.
PLA stats work weird. Their moves exist because they need those moves to exist in that game style.
Yeah, I honestly don't... I want this to happen. I do believe that there should just be a new Battle Revolution of some sort in general. And what you do is that's the game that you go, everybody's here. That way you don't have to have walking animations for everybody in the current style.
Mm-hmm.
That's the game that's everybody's here. And you can do battles and you can have a lot of fun with that. And I think that would be the best middle ground for everybody.
I do think we have walking animations for just about everything at this point, though.
Yeah, but
Gen 7 had the walking animations in them already, so...
We'd have to use those sprites, and I think Gen 9 on, they've definitely redone the models.
Right.
Or PLA on, they've definitely...
They've worked on texturing, at least. Like, texturing is much better now.
Well, like, Gengar has a mouth. But, yeah, move on.
Now, here's where things get more wishful thinking than simple solution. Really? Now? This is to address a point I believe Thatch made in the last episode about not being able to or wanting to use older Pokemon until post-game. In the mainline games...
You can't transfer Pokemon in... Can you transfer... Okay, Sigma would know this. Because this is a question I had last week that did not get an answer. Can you transfer from home if you haven't gotten them in the Pokedex in the game?
Go is the only thing that restricts it. You cannot transfer Go Pokemon in before you see them in your Pokedex.
Okay.
You can transfer everything else.
Okay, that's I knew there was something like that, and I hate that the answer you gave me was more complicated than the answer I gave last week.
I think there's no reason to restrict Go Pokemon when you either restrict everything or restrict nothing. I don't understand why. I
think it's because of the shiny Pokemon value, and like for some reason Pokemon has this idea of like the shiny Pokemon market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I was trying to put a Celebi in my BDSP for its dex. It wouldn't let me put my shiny Go Celebi into the game. I had to put my regular shiny Celebi into the game, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, you can add the...
Well, this is dumb.
You can add the Celebi now. It's like, why? Why? It's dumb. It's just dumb.
Yep.
In the mainline games, there should be an added portion of the post-game that is just brutal level difference where you fight... a team leader or former champion that is pretty much maxed out. This would be a great opportunity to bring in your own maxed out Pokemon from other games, similar to what Ash sometimes does in the anime with Charizard and Sceptile. Alternatively, you make the raid boss fight what the Galar Star tournament should have been, but with everyone at level 100, where you can let loose with your own fully decked out team instead of wailing on Leon's level 70-ish Charizard repeatedly. This would be a great way to still get mileage out of the level 100 Pokemon in the mainline games without feeling like you're cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not against it. I just think what they should do is they should put in like Battle Frontier. Like Battle Frontier, everybody wants it. And like they're trying to do it, and they're doing it like in the worst way possible, in my opinion.
Right.
Because what they'll do is they'll give us essentially the equivalent of like 2 or 3 facilities in every game.
Right.
Like, I think the Galar Star Tournament's a good example of a facility for Battle Frontier. And then I also think that whatever they did in Isle of Armor, I forget what it...
Yeah, the type battles in Isle of Armor.
Yeah, that was 100%...
That was interesting.
That was 100% a Battle Frontier facility.
Right. So, regarding the difficulty, I mean, I've always thought that if you wanted to make gyms and champions harder, it's not upping their levels, it's giving them the level 50 rule that it brings everyone to level 50.
Yeah, that's why I say Battle Frontier, because Battle Frontier did that.
Yeah. But yeah, I've always felt that leveling Pokemon to 100 is unnecessary anymore, and those who do it, more power through you, but it's really not necessary.
All right, keep going.
I have plenty of other ideas, but I think I'll stop there for now. The addition of the Battle Arena to Home, along with the higher level challenge on cart, would make Home not feel like a Pokemon purgatory that it is. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you will get to see your favorite Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Thanks, the Paladin.
All right. Well, thank you for that. It's probably a Green Taurus badge at this point, but...
Right.
All right. This next one is going to be from Big Cat Bruce. Hey, Puckle people eaters. I hope you're doing exceptionally well and crushing it in your personal lives. My personal life might have been crushing me this week, but we'll find out. I am glad that Pokemon Home finally got the update for PLA and BDSP. It's nice that the connectivity issues were figured out. With that said, though, I'm kind of indifferent to update because of 2 things. The competitive meta impact and the future use of Unity for Pokemon games. I think the Unity issue probably is resolved, mostly because I think BDSP will be the only one that uses Unity.
I mean, if Ilka does another remake in the future.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think we should do remakes ever again, but that's just me.
I think the DS games... DS and 3DS games, I'm not against it, just because it's hard to port those.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where I'm at. Like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire like DX, I'm still not against.
They're not happening. That's not happening. Stop it.
I know it's not happening, but if they were to do it, I would welcome it in open arms because those were good games. And Greninjas in them.
First, I always thought I always look at things through a competitive lens because it's my favorite part of Pokemon games. Usually, I'm incredibly excited for new Pokemon Bank home updates because it means that the meta will shift a bit with the additional Pokemon and Emerge sets added. That's never going to happen again, Big Cat Bruce. I'm so sorry. However, this new update will not impact VGC or BSS at all because it won't add anything new to Swish. I'm curious, though, Showdown will find a way to add PLA mons because they've been salivating over Ursaluna for months. They probably will. Then the future use of Unity. I'm curious if the issues that Ilka had with BDSP and home connectivity will stop or limit the future development of the Unity engine. I was excited about Unity Pokemon games because it's an easy-to-use engine while still being really powerful. Right. I hope that the issues were an Ilka problem and not the Unity engine having problems. I do think the Gen 9 looks great so far, so maybe my Unity concerns aren't valid. I don't think Gen 9's running on Unity, but that's also my opinion.
I think it's running on whatever PLA is running on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm glad that Home 2.0 is coming because having all the Pokemon stored in the same place is great for the fan base and for future Pokemon games. But for me, as someone who doesn't shiny hunt and doesn't worry about completing the regional, national, or living decks, it doesn't impact me too much. However, if I can have Piplup with Roost in Gen 9, you better believe I'm speedrunning PLA to transfer in my Emperor Penguin with HP recovery. It's not happening. I'm so sorry. As a final thought, what do you think will be the VGC meta after Worlds? There's just under 3 months between the end of Worlds and the release of Gen 9. Personally, I'd love a meta with no restricted mons and no Dynamax. I think it'd be a fun warm-up to Gen 9, assuming there's no Dynamax in the next games. Thank you all so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, Big Cat Bruce. So
I would be down for Spike Myth Cup, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there should be no Dynamax, and it should be banlist. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, without Dynamax, I don't know if you need banlist. Like, just remove, like, Zacian and the friends from the meta and be, like, a normal format with no Dynamax. That could be fun. Let Urshifu reign supreme.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so our next one and our last email is going to be from 2Crow48. There we go.
All right. How's it going, Puckle Crew? For the first time, I will make this message quick, sweet, and to the point. When it comes to Pokemon Home and the new update, my opinion is pretty simple. As long as I can continue to transfer my Pokemon into Home, I'm happy. To piggyback on the previous week's question, I'm pretty sure Home is the only Pokemon game that I played correctly. I wasn't originally all that excited about Home, but when COVID destroyed the public world and I didn't have much to do, I decided to embark on a quest I hadn't done in years, complete a living dex. The last time I did this was way back when Fire Red and Leaf Green were released and allowed me to finally complete my Sapphire living dex. Oh god, Gen 3 living dex was awful.
That's the worst.
Nightmare.
I think Gen 4 was the first time I finished a dex after Gen 1.
Well, Gen 3 was impossible. You had to have so many games.
I had all those games, and I still...
So did I, and I still didn't do it.
I still messed up getting the Ho-Oh.
I got the Ho-Oh. The Ho-Oh is just hard, man. Oh my god.
The Ho-Oh is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, in fact, I was so dedicated this time around that I finally caved and downloaded Pokemon Go, grinding out Meltan just so I could get a Melmetal, and then immediately uninstalled Go.
Number one thing that needs to happen, Meltan needs to evolve in a game. I'm just saying. Meltan needs to evolve in a game.
I'm surprised. I think the Melmetal gift is still a thing. If you transfer any Pokemon from Go, you get a free Melmetal.
Yes, it is.
From home.
It is.
So you didn't even need to grind it out, but that's fine. So now that this update has kicked in, I plan to spend this weekend catching and transferring Hisuian variants to update it. After this, I'll only be missing Zarude, so one day, hopefully.
Or during the Patreon. We're giving those away, I think, right now.
Yeah.
No 7-page letter for me this week. Pretty basic. Keep up the good work and take care. 2Crow48.
Well, thank you for that, 2Crow.
Is 2Crows a murder still, or not? Or is it?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. All right. Well, on that note, I think that's everything. I think Green Taurus badge goes to Zay Paladin.
Sounds
yes.
good.
All right. On that note, though, if you want to send us emails next week, send them to us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what Pokemon you think should have been in the top 5 and bottom 5, or what rock-type Pokemon should be there. Did we get it wrong? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Let us know why. All right. And if you want to follow us throughout the week, first come to pucldiscord.com and come and hang out with us. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also go ahead and follow us at YouTube, youtube.com/puclpodcast. You can follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepuclpodcast, where I will stream this Thursday. If you want to come by and play some Pokemon TCG with us, check us out this Friday on the Discord. There should be a sign-up document for that as well. And then if you would like to go ahead and support the show in any way, the best way to do so is over at Patreon, patreon.com/puclpodcast. We are giving out Green Tauros pins to those who are at the $10 tier. If you're international, however, you do have to go to a higher tier because shipping is ridiculously overpriced, and I dislike it a lot. But on that note, that is everything. I have been your host, Trainer Thatch.
Some say I've been Jushiro.
And I've been our Sigma.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.